I don't have a magic ball or anything I can use to spy on people, but I'm pretty sure Donovan Mitchell and the Utah Jazz are clasping their hands together every night and praying to the Lord Almighty that they don't meet the Warriors in the first round of the 2021 playoffs. Man, Rudy Gobert is probably looking into the underground black market to see if there's any growth hormones he can purchase in order to grow like 10 feet tall and have like a 20-foot wingspan, because that's the only way he'll be able to block any of Steph Curry's shots. What's up, everyone? Hope y'all are doing good, because we got a ton of juicy stuff here today, and I can't wait to get started. Just like usual though, hold my beer, and don't drink any of it. I'm watching you, and at the same time, smash that like button, subscribe if you're new, and let's have some fun. I know, the Utah Jazz currently have the best record in the NBA, and the Golden State Warriors are struggling mightily to stay relevant. But I bet I can convince you that the Dubs would defeat the Utah Jazz this year in a 7-game series. I wouldn't even call it an upset either, and I'll get to that soon. So as of today, to be exact, the Warriors are sitting in 9th place in the Western Conference, 28 wins to 29 losses. The Jazz, on the other hand, are in first, not just in the Western Conference, but in the entire league, with 42 wins and 15 losses. It looks like I got my work cut out for me. But hey, no pain, no gain. All right, let's dig into the nitty-gritty here. The Jazz are playing real good basketball this year, and I mean real good. They're playing stellar defense, and they're playing stellar offense. In both categories, they're a top 5 team. The Jazz have a really balanced offense, and currently have 6 players scoring in double digits. Donovan Mitchell, Rudy Gobert, Joe Ingles, Bogdanovich, Jordan Clarkson, and Mike Conley. They shoot the 3-ball well, rebound well, and they play excellent team basketball. Their center is a 2-time Defensive Player of the Year, and their main star. Donovan Mitchell plays like a star in the regular season, but last year, my God, he showed that he could play like a superstar in the playoffs as well. Now, how exactly is a Klay Thompson-less Warriors going to beat a team like this? Well, let's get into that part now. The Warriors also have 6 players who score in double digits. Steph Curry, Andrew Wiggins, Kelly Oubre, James Wiseman, Eric Pascal, and Jordan Poole. Sadly though, Wiseman is now out of the rotation for the year due to his torn meniscus, and Eric Pascal has been out of the rotation due to injuries and coaching decisions. That gives the Warriors 4 solid players who can score in double digits. But one of those players who can score in double digits has been averaging 40 points per game in his last 10 games. Man, Steph Curry really is the great equalizer with this Warriors franchise. And to be perfectly honest, Wiseman being out for the season is probably a plus for the Warriors. As much as I love Wiseman and believe in the potential he has, it is his rookie season. And unfortunately, there are a lot of areas for him to clean up before he truly becomes an effective piece of the whole puzzle. Eric Pascal coming back would definitely be a plus on the bench. What I want to talk about here, though, is the emergence of Juan Toscano Anderson and the recent signing of Gary Payton II. I know, JTA is on concussion protocol from that Boston game, but the dude fits in on the Warriors roster like peanut butter to jelly. He does everything that Kerr's small ball system requires. He cuts, he screens, he plays hard, and he's also shooting 43% from beyond the arc this season. Next off, the sample size is really limited, but when Gary Payton II is on the floor, he's been a real energy booster and a great defensive asset. He doesn't shoot the 3-ball quite that well, but he can do just about everything else required in Kerr's small ball system. The Warriors are currently a top 9 defensive team in the entire league. They allow 108 points per 100 possessions, compared with the Utah Jazz, who allow 106 points per 100 possessions. So it's practically a tie on this component. Draymond Green, who I didn't mention earlier because he's not exactly the biggest offensive threat. However, he is as confident as a person can be when it comes to defense. I mean, he believes he's the best defender ever to play the game, which is debatable. But what's not debatable is the fact that he is a first-class defender who has the ability to make his team play better overall defense. Again, both teams are practically tied in the defensive department as a whole, so I won't go into it too much, unless you guys enjoy stalemates. God, I need a beer. Let me just have a quick sip before I continue. The little things in life, guys. It's the little things. Anyway, now the biggest reason why I think the 9th-seeded Warriors can absolutely crush the 1st-seed Jazz is because the 9th seed isn't actually a true 9th seed. By the 72nd game of this season, you'll see what I mean. But if you can't wait, let me give you the short trailer. Number 1. The Golden State Warriors this season were practically a new team that was just put together. Steph Curry has really only played with about 3 other members of this team, and only one of them was a starter. James Wiseman came out of the previous draft. Jordan Poole was new last year and played in the G League most of the season. Kelly Oubre was acquired this season, and Andrew Wiggins came in the later stages of last season. I won't go into the bench, but you get the picture. It's a new team. It takes time for a team to gel together. I mean, the 2011 Miami Heat started off their season with 8 wins and 7 losses, and they were at full health. And that, my friends, segues into my second point. Number 2, the Warriors haven't really played together as a unit for long stretches. This season, Draymond didn't even start the first few games. James Wiseman was out due to COVID protocols and that wrist injury, and is now out for the entire season. Curry was coming back from taking a year off and got that tailbone injury when he fell onto steel. Ouch! Eric Pascal and Kevin Looney have been in and out of the lineups due to COVID protocols. I mean, 3 of their double-digit scorers haven't even played half of the games in this shortened season. Wiseman, Pascal, and Jordan Poole have all missed significant playing time. This year's been a mess, and not due to any load management stuff, but just from plain bad luck. Reminds me of some bad hangovers, where I wake up and it's noon, and my hair looks like it got zapped by lightning. Just a mess. Now Curry, for the past 10 games, has been playing like a true MVP. He's been averaging 40 points per game, while shooting 55% from the field, 49% from beyond the arc, and 90% at the free throw line. In other words, he's been unstoppable. And the crazy thing about all the stats he's been putting up is the fact that he's been guarded by double and triple teams on a consistent basis. The Jazz do have the 6th Man of the Year in Jordan Clarkson, and I don't think any other player even comes close to that award this year. In saying that though, the Warriors may just have found their 6th man in Jordan Poole. They're both about the same height, 6'5" and 6'4". They're both fast, can shoot the 3-ball, and they can both get hot at any time. The thing about Poole and the Warriors though, is that Poole only joined the Warriors team a short while ago, after completing his G League season with the Santa Cruz Warriors. So his impact on the team isn't quite reflected in that 9th seed ranking the Warriors currently have. Andrew Wiggins has been playing like a star in his last 10 games. He's been shooting about 48% from the field and 49% from the 3-point line. Kelly Oubre has had a long stretch where he was playing ball at an all-star level. These 2 players have always been playing tag. I mean, one day Wiggins goes off and Oubre doesn't play as well, and the next day, vice versa. Make no mistake, within these last 15 games, these 2 professionals are going to learn how to play consistently with each other, and that isn't reflected in today's 9th seed ranking. The Jazz certainly have the best record in the NBA today, and no one is going to doubt that because that's a fact. What's also a fact is that they've been shown to be vulnerable. They recently lost to a Lakers team that didn't have LeBron or Anthony Davis. And the week before that game, they lost to the Washington Wizards, in a game they had no business losing. Despite the stellar defense of the Jazz, they're going to get exploited. Bogdanovich has been the target of many pick and rolls, as was shown when they played against the Miami Heat. When they go up against the Warriors, the Dubs are going to switch things up and get Curry to do a high pick and roll with Gobert defending. And as good a defender as Gobert is, ain't no one, especially a center, going to be able to defend Steph well when he's beyond the arc. Another fact is, the Golden State Warriors are going to have the best player if these 2 teams match up. And that is a fact no one is going to dispute. Stephen Curry is arguably the best player in the league, and this is going to be a major boost in the postseason. The Dubs will also have more playoff experience. Steph Curry is a champion, Draymond Green is a champion, and Steve Kerr has more rings than Thanos has Infinity Stones. Dang, Steve Kerr. With the snap of a finger, he can eliminate the Jazz all by himself. Guys, that is how the Warriors would crush the 2021 Utah Jazz in a playoff series. With a snap of a finger by he who conquers all worlds, Steve Kerr, with a little help from Steph Curry.